Rising, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining us this morning. At 9 a.m., we will close our social media and continue on Zoom only. Join us by getting your Zoom link at elizabethvisionaryconference.org. We will be there until 10 a.m. You can join us now, and we'll see you in the Elizabeth Zoom room. Today, your hosts are Mama Raziya Curtis, Andrea Hetheru, and Deitra Covington. Enjoy.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising. Happy
Oh, what a
Tuesday.
beautiful
Happy Tuesday, beautiful people.
morning. Oh,
Oh,
what a
what a
beautiful
beauty.
day.
Yes.
I have a prosperous
Wonder
feeling. Everything
everything's going
On my
our
way.
way.
is
Yes,
Grand
that's my
Rising.
mommy's song.
Is it?
Yes. So yesterday the administrator said she came out of her room singing that song. So
Oh my goodness.
Right
yes,
on.
yes.
Oh, well, that was for you because I've not sang that song ever, seems. That came up in my spirit for you.
Thank
Oh,
you for
that's
reminding me
beautiful.
that my
Awesome.
mommy is adjusting well to assisted living. Thank you.
Oh,
Ashe.
good.
Ashe.
Yes, Deitra.
Yes, yes, yes.
What we got going on today, girl?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm supposed to be reading something, right? I'm forgetting. Okay, yes, yes, we're gonna get our African Goddess Rising Oracle cards. Okay, let's see what we can get today. Let's see. We're gonna pick one randomly. Queen. Oh, wow, Queen of Sheba. Okay. I'll show you the picture. Sorry, y'all. Oh, is that big enough or?
Yeah, hold on. Let me put it on speaker. There we go.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let me read it today. Let's see what she's talking about. Let me see, Queen of Sheba. Okay, there she goes on page 72. Okay, Queen of Sheba. She is in the Queen's Temple. Her element is fire. Woohoo. In the Bible, the wealthy Queen of Sheba brings a caravan of gifts to King Solomon. The Ethiopian Holy Book reveals that she was their Queen Makeda, and that together they sired King Menelik the first. Queen of Sheba's guidance is, open your eyes. Secrets are being revealed. It is safe for you to see the truth. Your inner vision is crystal clear. And then she goes on to say, you don't know what you don't know. Your creator, ancestors, angels, spirits, and ascended masters are whispering to you. This is divine intelligence. Pay close attention. There are things you do not let yourself see. Allow yourself to be guided. Choose your own path. And the declaration is, the goddess declaration is, I am connected to the divine. Oh, how beautiful. And that is the reading on Queen of Sheba.
That is awesome. Ashe. Ashe today.
Yes, Ashe.
Do y'all recognize how that touched me from our gratitude statements from yesterday? My gratitude statement from yesterday was being grateful for vision, including
Oh,
inclusion.
beautiful. Good.
Affirmation. Thank you for pulling that out for us today.
Yeah, it was definitely just by chance, but it is good. Yes.
Y'all helping this old girl be healed and healthy. Thank you.
Yay. Yay.
When we
This
help
Monday-
you, we help ourselves. Can I share what I told you?
Yeah, I like what it says. You don't know what you don't know. You know, we got to depend on our ancestors and our angels and spirits. Oh goodness, we have a lot of help, guys. We do.
I know, right? And then the angels are sitting there and say, "Will you just give us an assignment?"
Exactly.
We are so bored. You going crazy, and you don't have to. You don't have to. You choosing to go crazy. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to hear that
Somebody
music.
over there dancing.
Yeah, I want to hear that music.
I see you dancing over there.
Yes.
Oh, is she
But that-
sitting there in her picture sitting on the screen?
Because she's downstairs.
The picture is upstairs.
I want to share something.
Okay. Yes.
Something that God showed me. We were in the throne room, and Jesus is sitting on the right side of the Father, and we are sitting on the left.
Okay.
So the right side is the masculine side, and the left side where we sit is the feminine side. So we are the feminine side of God, you know, feminine side that we're nurturers and all of that stuff that we love stronger as women. And so I just wanted to share that with you, that we are on the left side of the Father, and Jesus is on the right.
Okay.
Just do what we naturally do as women and daughters of God.
And it's so wonderful when that is appreciated. Oh my goodness. When we are just ourselves, we do what we do. Thank you, Star.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
Ashe. Thank you.
Yeah, so we are connected to the divine.
Yes.
I like that.
Me
An
too.
extension.
Yeah.
Wait, offspring. Yes.
Mm. Well, I had a wonderful evening. Well, I mean, besides my nose running like crazy and, you know, preparing for tomorrow. I want y'all's thoughts with me in the morning at 8 o'clock. I go and all these teeth will be coming out.
Oh, wow.
And they're making, you know, my, what do you call them?
Veneer?
The dentures.
Oh, dentures. Oh.
Dentures. I need to connect with more finances before I can do the dentures, before I can
Okay.
do the permanent stuff. But yeah, and I'm not going to be knocked out during the
Okay.
and so I'm really speaking to my body about this
Yes.
to prepare her for this, and yet and ready for this. So I won't be with you all in the morning. Star will be, you know, turning everything on and doing all of that stuff.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm just imagining how I'm gonna be looking at the stuff all swollen and stuff, you know, the things you gotta go through to get everything right, you know.
Right. Right.
Don't you guys treat me like the substitute teacher.
We won't treat you like that. No way.
Well, the sub is when the kids have more fun, don't
I know,
they?
right? Exactly.
Not when I'm a substitute. Sorry.
Uh-oh. We have to put new names on there when. So the substitute came to call your name and everybody's like waiting. Well, oh, that's me. Yeah. But yeah, last night, so I'm writing down all the names because I am that. December 4th is going to be packed out.
Yes, yes.
Sold out. And there was somebody who put a statement in Facebook that said she's a singer and stuff, and she put on there that every show for everyone is packed out, sold out. She put sold out, and she's declaring that for everyone.
What's
And
December 4th?
December 4th is silver and gold. It's silver and gold networking holiday gala. So I will be performing, my husband and I will be performing, and Juanita's backgrounding. So we're doing our new music. We have a new CD that we and my first CD that was created over the COVID shutdown. And so I wrote 7 songs during that time, which
Wow.
I've never done that. And my husband produced it and, did all the music himself. He's a keyboard player and he is a dynamic. And I always add this. I don't just say, oh, he's a keyboard player. No, this brother is bad.
Yes, yes.
We had on our anniversary last year, I brought friends together, and when I was introducing my husband and stuff, although all of them knew him and stuff, but I mentioned about his music, and I just said, because he is he's the shit. He is the shit. Keyboard wise, music wise, that boy, he's natural and all of that stuff. So he's not a technical musician. He is very natural. Anyway, so he did the whole production of the music behind it. And so we are ready now to, jump out there and do what we need to do. That's why I have to get my teeth fixed. And then so Scar has jumped into being part of the background singers, and Sunzi is one of the background singers, and Lolly is performing from her original. You had to do original music, and Lolly and Sky Covington is our special guest, and if you know of her, she is dynamic.
She is.
And then we have the sister that did Nawili and my picture and transformed our look and stuff. She will be there. The musicians are second to none. Oh my God. And
this is an attendance function.
Yes, yeah, you got to physically be there. Well, I do have it where if you can't come, you want to just get it online, you can do that as well. So it will be. And it is a fundraiser for the building that we are purchasing. It's called LEAP, Linking Everyday Extraordinary People. Mama Het will be performing, dancing, Danielle, Mama Het representing African dance, and Danielle representing belly dancing and stuff. So they will be doing their thing. And blah, 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 blah. Just a production. Vendors, Lily, well, I don't know if I don't know, but Lily, the Blairs will be there. Mama Evelyn will be there as a vendor. Yeah, so.
Is it something I can do as a vendor? Is it something I can do as a vendor?
Absolutely. I want to get all of us in there before everybody else come in. So, and it's at the Tangent Gallery, which it's a beautiful place. And we're just going to have a good celebration. It's networking because I want people to network and get to know one another. And as we begin raising funds for the building that is 90,000 square feet, 7 floors, the basement, and businesses coming together on one central message and purpose, and that is that we all work together to serve the community. So it's not where I come in and I like these boxes right here. These are all of our suites. I do see, I saw you, Lily B, I get right with you. And, but we are all working together. So each business is autonomous in what they do, right? In their space, but we all decide to come together so that we can take care of the community and the world. So that's what we are raising the money for. Yeah, and so last night because I said, I need somebody like what Oprah has. Her assistant is like kick ass, and I believe I spoke with her last night. Not Oprah, but
Your
I
assistant.
did put Oprah on my board of directors. Remember yesterday I said she's still on the earth. She's not an ancestor, but yeah. And so that's what's happening on December the 4th. It's our kickoff for fundraising for the building and letting everybody know. The way I look at the networking part is that as we come together, so silver and gold, make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold. So one is silver. So the silver is those who have been there. So we, like all of us, but when the next week or the next day, we bring a new friend. Well, that's the gold. And then she brings a new friend, the next one. And then we should be able to just grow exponentially. So if you just brought one, you have doubled. If everybody brings on one, on the next one, we have doubled. And then we double. And when you double, you grow fast. And then, so as everybody's doing that, we're sharing then about, what the vision is, and, they can decide what part they are going to be involved in. So, and then we start reaching out to the world for them to take part in linking everyday extraordinary people. And then, yeah, we just grow. And City of Arts, COAS is what I call it. Arts is spelled with a Z. And we just grow. I mean, because there's no limit to us if you're on the internet, and then when you're able to, when we figure out how to get on the wide world, then we have people from all over. So our African sisters can join us, and our, all of that. So we're starting here.
I have something I can share with you later.
Okay, great.
That can help you with the wide world.
Ashe. So
Mama Head, are you back in town?
No, she won't be back until, I think, when did she say?
She said she'll be back today, but she might not be back yet.
Yeah, but she sooner or later she'll be on here. I see her picture and stuff.
I do too.
Oh yeah, that's what that's about. She's on her
way. Dear sweetie.
Hi, I'm on my way home.
Hey, Haru.
Hey,
Baba. Hey, Baba.
Well, it looks like you've been having fun. I've been seeing your pictures.
Yeah, we on our way back. We got about an hour and 45 minutes on the road.
Yeah.
Y'all almost in Michigan, huh?
We almost this. Almost this.
So Lily B, you wanted to share something, baby?
Hello. Happy Tuesday, beautiful people.
Thank you.
Today is Tuesday, right? Yep.
Okay.
Yes. No, I was just wondering about when do we have to have our information in, and also, are you going to make any paper flyers? Because I like I like to stick stuff in purses and things.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. Let me know.
So
That was
yeah,
it.
this sister, so the purpose of LEAP, its main thing is that, you know, we are incubator, bringing businesses and helping them to expand and then duplicate themselves all over the city. So like every area should have a shopping center, not like just grocery stuff, but well, a place where you can walk and go into the different stores and things like that. And so as we learn, then we learn how to duplicate and put ourselves on the east, west, north, and south side, and then outside into another city, another state, another country. If we do it all together with all the minds that we have, all the expertise that we have, we really can do this. And I am that. We, as a community of people coming together, we can get a lot done, setting ego aside, and which is why you're still autonomous to run your own business, yet we all together work to help with the community. And the building that we're getting is, whew. So when I was hearing Baba Haru's vision, and I mean what they've already accomplished, Pam and I was like, see, that LEAP should have the money, not just Skillman and all them, but we have the money to take care of the projects that we need taken care of. And then we work with those organizations to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do right, and we are in line and things like that. So that's my daily get up. After this, then I go into another mode. Yeah, but it's like, okay, that we definitely can take care of that. And you don't have to be in the building in order to have the support, because the building is like, it's like the headquarters. It's like where you come to get trained. So as we prepare the community for all this stuff that's coming down the road, I'm telling you, there's some changes happening. And but we as a people, we need to be prepared and even get before. Millionaires that are billionaires they already are buying gold. They are buying silver. We got to let each other know, you got to jump on. This is what's coming down the road. You got to come together. If we got to come together to buy some doggone gold, if we got to come together and get some silver, we got to get ready, or we will still be in the same position, because those who are already rich, I mean, really, I'm not talking about rich in your heart. I'm talking about rich, have the goods. They're also purchasing what they need to invest in order that when this happens, they still on the top. And if we don't do what we need to do, we will still be getting the little tricklings. I really don't want that for myself, and I don't want that for each of my family, my friends, and each of you. So you can really get what you have, what you're passionate about, you can get that out there. I can't do it by myself. My part, I can't do by myself. It's a team. And so if we need to learn how to operate as a team, and you pick your team, then so be it. Let's just do what we know needs to be done. And we do have the people of our melanin that has the goods up here that can show us. When I saw that video and how, I'm like, well, how are you where do you get this from, and where do you get that from? Yeah. And it's family. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm so excited. I have walked through this building in my head. I finally was able to walk through it physically, but in my head, I saw everything, and even more now, because now I know what was on this floor, and I know. So we're dealing with health and wellness. We're dealing with financial, health and wellness, finances. We deal with the whole beauty. And each floor is dedicated to a certain thing. We have a ballroom, and we have a theater that seats 290 people. And we will expand on that. We have culinary art, and each of these pieces teaches the next generation. And so it's a systematic way of us holding ourselves accountable to pass down to the next generation and the next generation and the next generation, like that. Not only pass it down, but teach what to do with it. Even me as myself, I will not be the CEO. I will not take on that, because we would fail. We would fail. I am the visionary, and I'm the visionary. I keep the vision. I hold that space for us to do this. But we will hire somebody who really knows how to do that. Thank you, Legacy. Who knows how to run a big project like this. So I've been needing someone like, when I say Oprah, Oprah's girl who manages everything. She manages her vision and makes sure that it happens. I spoke with her last night, and I know her, and it was just like the timing being perfect. You know how that happens when it's somebody shows up in your life and the timing is just perfect. I also thought about how you meet people on your journey of life, and you don't know that that is the person 20 years later.
Right.
That's going to be very significant. But you both needed to learn what you needed to learn. And then when you came back together, you see it goes to a whole nother level. But you already created the trust in this person when you did meet that person. So I'll tell you, the life is beautiful. It's exciting.
It is.
Always something around the corner that you can't see.
You never know. That's
You never know. That's why you need to treat everybody good.
That's right. You never know when you're going to come back face to face. That's right.
When you want to slap somebody, you just like, let me just back off and stuff, because but anyway, so that's what this December the 4th is about. And it also went, I'm gonna share this and then I'm gonna turn it back over to T. When God has showed me this big building, it was like a anyway, it was a big building. And then I didn't get that building, and I ended up having to downsize, and we moved downtown. And so then from there, I ended up over where I'm at now on Iron Street. And when I walked in there, I said, Lord, this is not what happened to the big building, so I can do my productions and all that kind of stuff. And the Spirit said, this is where you will find out what works and what doesn't work, who you want to work with and who you don't. So since then, I've been meeting a lot of new people.
Okay.
And then, so even now, in us doing the event, December the 4th, I will be paying a lot of attention on who I can depend on and who I can't. Who will open up their mouth and bring another person, and who will, or who's going to work and who's not.
Right.
I can love you without you working with me.
Right.
Yeah. And that in order to do certain things, all of you in your visions and your dreams, in order for it to do, you need people who are going to do their part.
Exactly.
And see how important it is, not just to me, but to themselves, and it forwards your game. So if this is not where you want to give of yourself, right, then don't attach it. I won't attach this. I won't depend on that from you.
Right.
So I am looking at who will invite other people, and because I know that when we do these things, like if someone comes on here, Elizabeth, I mean, we know they're going to have a good time. They're going to feel a certain energy. When I go over on Friday evenings, because I've just told people, look, you like to dance, you like to do this. I know that if you go over there, whether I'm there or not, you will have a wonderful time.
Yes, good.
And because I know wonderful people. So that is what I'm looking for. And no discourage. I'm not discouraged if this is not in line with what your vision is for your life. And I do ask, what is it you will get out of this that would make you feel like, wow, I want to connect my vision to this, like that. That's what I'm looking for. So anyway,
Thank you for sharing that. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I first started learning ballroom dancing. You know, my teacher said that if you do your part well, and I know my part, this was a teacher, he said, I know how to do my part, but if you do what you're supposed to do well, it'll be beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, and it just spoke to what you just said, you know, just do your part.
Yeah, right, right. That's why I look for people who are passionate about what they do, because then I don't have to run behind you.
Right, exactly.
Because it's important to you that it be done right, because it represents you. It represents your heart.
Yes.
It represents your very being. So yeah. And it's okay if it doesn't fit, if it doesn't fit into that dream. Or as a leader, you also learn how much, because that might be the total thing that they can offer to you, and you got to be okay with that.
Exactly.
And know that you need to get somebody else who can step from that point to the next, because your vision is super big. And
wow.
And that's
a
what,
great perspective. That's good.
Yeah. And so I'm super excited. I see people run. I'm gonna tell you, when I think about the building, and you think about what's happening in real estate and stuff right now, you know, and I say, oh my God, get this big old building, and like I'm checking on how much is the average gas and electric and stuff, so I can put that in my numbers. And then I said, because that building will be busy 24/7.
Right.
I'll be able to walk in, like, let's say all of us are in the building. We all have our space. We have the art room. Mama Evelyn has her art room, and people are coming in and taking her classes. And then she's created this, that, and the other. And Lily has her store, and she's, doing this. But I can walk in and she's my girl, and talk and say, let me get out of here, because I can work upstairs. And we will just be passing there. Here comes, Mama Het coming in, dancing as she's walking down. She couldn't really do that in a basic building, but she knows everybody that's in the building.
Right.
Stairs and get a massage, go downstairs and do some exercising, go upstairs and take a class on financial wellness, and go get her hair done. All of that is in one space. Yeah. And on the very top floor, there's a ballroom. So we get to dance, we can do that, or drop our children off into the theater, because we have some art classes, some acting classes, and all that stuff.
And if you need to just go and pray, it's a prayer room up there and everything. Yes.
And then we have vegan food. The cafeteria is and the culinary arts. That's because they can learn how to do all that meat stuff. They can do that. They can find that. But a school that's going to teach you how to eat healthy and delicious.
All right.
Teach our people, not just those who are taking the class to be certified or get a license, but those just in the community. We're going to learn how to do this and come on and take a class. So that's I get excited about that, because I will say this last thing I'm going to say about this. It is a selfish dream. No, it is a selfless dream, because I like to do all those things that are in the building I need in my life.
Yes.
But to have time to go and do this and do that and do this, and that's on the other side of town. I said, if I just bring it all in my space, I just go downstairs. I know I can eat good. I'll just go over here so I can get my exercises. I'll go over, it's all right there. So that's what I'm saying. I see people moving around all the time. There's even space for people to just come and sit. What do they call it? space where you share the space. You come in and you put your stuff down on the table, and there's another person over here and another person, so that yeah, so we can do those particular things. Don't have a swimming pool, sorry, but you know, we'll have buses where we could take people to the swimming pool. So that's it.
Well, great sharing. Did you answer your question, Jacqueline?
She said she had something for me to share with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. All right.
Okay, and I guess at this time, we can turn it over to Miss Jacqueline.
Can I say something real quick?
Oh, yes, please.
All right, who knew? None of us
Bring
knew
your
20 years
picture down.
ago.
Put your whole head in there.
None of us knew 20 years ago. And Jacqueline didn't know 20 years ago that she was going through what she was going through just so she could be here on this day and tell us what she's getting ready to tell us. Thank you, Jacqueline.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
Star. Okay, I need host status. Happy day, everyone. I'll get this presentation started.
Let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. There we go.
Okay. Okay, what's up? There you go. You guys see the whole black screen?
Yeah, we see your notes though.
Yeah, no, we don't want that. Now, how do I get out of there? Help me, help me.
Oh, let's see.
Taskbar. Because
I would say close this.
Oh, there I go. There it goes. How's that?
It just duplicated. There we go. There we go.
So you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Happy day, everyone. Well, today I'll be sharing about eliminating debt. To just do a real quick for you all. I don't know if you noticed how quiet I am today. It's because I'm tired. This weekend was my Earth Day.
Oh, yay!
Saturday.
Thank you for coming to Earth.
Yes. And I learned that.
Yeah.
And I learned that from Baba Ari.
Happy Earth Day.
Thank you.
Birthday. But we got a report coming, don't we?
What report?
On the dinner thing. I'm sorry, I'm taking us off.
Okay, let's get this out of the way.
Sorry.
But coming into the last week was kind of with my mom. I don't think I shared with you all that. My mom's 86 years old, and back July 30th, she slipped in the bathtub and snapped her femur in half.
Oh.
So it's like it's been going through things. 2 months she was in the between the hospital and rehab, and then coming home. And so last week, Wednesday, the doctor, she had been wheelchair bound the whole time because he said no weight on that leg. But Wednesday, he told her she can start trying to walk as she can tolerate. So she's been tolerating it. But then I think her attitude is kind of peaked a little bit. So it's been a little stressful around here these days. But I'm thankful that she's getting stronger, and she's using her walker now. So I'm very, very thankful for that for her. So to say this, between my Earth Day being Saturday And then everything that was happening last week, it wasn't until Sunday and yesterday that I start trying to get this presentation together. So I'm thankful to even have this to share with you today.
Mhm.
So again, grand risings to everyone. And I love this prayer for you all, for everyone's life. Blessings of favor and protection, and bliss and growing toward your perfect happiness. As Queen just shared about having that vision of reaching those things that you desire for your life, not only just for your life, but I know, like for myself, to be able to touch others and bring joy and happiness and uplift to other people as well. A review from the first week was just, when we do something and we want to do something, just commit to take the steps that we need to. I had gone over what motivates you toward whatever that goal you desire to reach. And then to identify KISS of keeping simple steps, a simple process. And then in that process, with identifying your goal, to keep that, if you got to write it down, you got to post it, something that's going to keep it before you, especially in the times when you find difficult moments. It could be an uplift for you to reevaluate or reconnect to that joy and the goal that you desire. Tell me this, do you guys see this stop share at the bottom of my screen? No? Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And then from the first week, give yourself for especially with the financial things that I've been sharing, be it however you're going about making that change, when you start, to give yourself 1 or 2 months to just track your basics, to track how you're in the line of the financial goals and establishing a budget. Give yourself 1 or 2 months of just tracking things normally, to not change anything, so that you can have to go and look back over that 1 to 2 months of how you've been spending your money, so that you can identify ways to make changes in that spending that could be a benefit to help you reach the goals that you ultimately want to reach. And then going forward, again, to commit moment by moment to tracking your income and expenses. And then at that point, to be able to make adjustments as you need, that's going to fit the goals that you want. And then last week we talked about personal and business I think was debt. See, I'm kind of, as you see, I'm kind of like out of there, getting my thoughts together. So again, it was saying keeping it simple about your personal finances, and realizes that you should in your life. I believe all of us on this, I believe all of us on the Zoom today have businesses, and to realize you need to keep your personal income separate from your business income. And that was the discussion from last week. And either having a system that could do those things for you in one system, or just find something that's going to allow you and ensure that you are keeping your personal finances separate from your business finances. And we talked about some people do not have home businesses, but this just went over the benefit of having a home business, even if it's something like cutting grass or window washing, or making dolls, as one sister shared, or like for me, my bookkeeping business. But having something that augments your if you're a wage earner, or if you work a W-2 job, to still have something else, and it'll allow personal, a way to have business expenses to reduce your overall taxable liability. So today we're going to talk about going into just eliminating debt. And I'm calling this trying to create for yourself a holistic approach to eliminating your debt. And it touched me with the sharing today about Queen Sheba, when Sister Deitra said that you don't know what you don't know, and we have our ancestors that are talking to us and are supporting us, but we need to put ourselves in a frame of mind of accepting and just seeing that, and open to the fact that when we don't know something, if we open ourselves up to, and how do we know what we don't know? Sometimes is when somebody just tells us something new, or we read something new. When that comes to your heart and mind, and you open yourself up to say, you know what, I didn't know about that. I've experienced to where the spirit speaks to me, and the thoughts that it's like, oh, I didn't realize that, or something new just piques your heart. When you don't know what you don't know, you can't grow. But when you open yourself up to realizing there's things you don't know about something, or you want to learn something new, and you open yourself up to that, so much is brought to you. People can say things that would pique that, oh yeah, I was thinking about that, let me learn more about that. And then you can grow, and then you can get to that next level. So what I'll be sharing here is just to give information. I mean, through this whole series of me sharing, it's just to give information and to help you see that there are other ways to finding out new information, be it talking with somebody, hearing what I'm sharing now. I've experienced that when I start thinking about something, say someone says something one day and it's like, oh, and then if it's something important for me, I say it's given to me in threes, because I've experienced so many times where something is stated, and then within that week, either I've read it, I can be listening to something, but when that third time comes, it's like, oh, I really need to know this. And then it stays with me, and it really piques me to want to do more to find out what that means for me. So with the facts and the information to share with you all today over eliminating your debt, the whole thing is, if you have a debt issue, what would be most effective for you? But that goes with you seeking to understand, first of all, know where you are. It comes to mind right now, the question from the first week on, what if you have someone has the awareness that things are just dire for them, that, their funds are all messed up and whatever, what should they do? Again, my sharing is, be willing to confront it, be willing to accept where you are. Don't whitewash it, don't try to just push it under the rug, but to really look at it. And then once, to me, again, what I just said about comes in threes. Once you start saying, okay, I want to make a change, things will start, information will start, opportunities, I feel, will start coming to you to make a change. It may not, a lot of times, like someone said, when habits, somebody have had 50 years of their life with a bad habit, but then now they want to change it. Hopefully it's not going to take 50 years to change it, but it took you 50 years to get to that point. So just accept that it's going to be a moment by moment, thought by thought process to making that change, as long as, again, if it's a goal and a desire and you stay with it to make a difference for your life, it's going to happen. It may not happen as fast. Sometimes it might, but it may not necessarily happen as fast. But once you stay focused on that and stay positive and see that envision that big picture of end state that you want to get to, I believe you'll get there. But you have to start where you are and accept where you are and make that difference going forward for yourself. Here, again, going back to the keep it simple, keeping it simple. I need to identify your personal debt issues, and if you have a business separately, business debt issues, and if you have both, to look at having to look at both. But if it's one, other, or both, just start. It all starts with a just start. So for the information I found, for debt information, there's debt consolidation companies that help people consolidate their debt into one like payment, and they process it. But each one of these, again, is just information that resources are out there to help. Some benefits of debt consolidation: they might help lower interest rates for you, streamline. Sometimes it helps streamline your finances, because if you've got 7 bills and you're trying to pay minimum payment on each, a debt consolidation could potentially bring that all into one, so you just have one payment, and it could help improve credit scores. But disadvantages also, it doesn't necessarily eliminate the debt, higher fees sometimes, and it could impact credit scores if you miss a payment. But again, with information, making decisions, these are just opportunities for you to have a choice point to look at. I just did, to say, a Google search. Google, I don't know, when I question anything, I was like, Google it. So this is just one of the titles that I saw: 7 clever ways to crush your debt. There's so much information out there on different processes that you can use, different strategies you can use to pay your debt, different, I just showed the debt consolidation. You know, all of it is available, but it comes down to you identifying what's going to work best for you, other than just kind of sitting and accepting and letting it weigh you down, because this is about knowledge. Through knowledge, you should gain a sense of power that a decision, a choice can be made to make things better for any situation. Again, this was another site I saw, tips to reduce your debt, that they just identified things to look at, ways you can go about taking different steps to reduce your personal debt. And then with the system that we have, it has debt reduction, a debt elimination calculator as part of the membership. And this also has a proprietary type process that it helps one to eliminate their debt quicker. As an example, for myself, when I signed into the system, I had just refinanced my house, 25-year mortgage, bills. So I plugged my information into the system. And then relative to me doing I did my expense tracking I covered the 3-month period. And I think I shared with you guys how I had identified I had paid, like, been spending $400 a month on eating out. And there are some other things that I saw, like I was paying for cable TV, barely watching cable TV. So I reduced it from, I think I was paying like 120, something like that. I reduced it down to $20 a month just so I can have something. So that was, almost $300 a month that I saw in looking back at how I've been spending my money, that I then turned around and plugged it into this debt eliminator. And within the strategy that it gave me to follow to include all my bills and my mortgage, I at that time could have paid everything off in 5 years by following their strategy. I did pay my basic debts off in 6 months. I had my mortgage on track to pay that off in the 5 years, and then I retired. So that kind of blew that out the water. But things are possible when you have information, and to be able to use systems that can give you a picture of growth, of reaching a goal, of paying debt off quick. It just opens, to me, it just releases so much weight off. It can release so much weight off a person's shoulders. And again, I put this slide, and this is from week 1, that I know I was talking to someone the other day about the program, and they're like, well, I'm old school. I write everything down in a ledger. I was like, this is 2020. There are computer systems, systems that'll bring information up to you at a snap of the finger, that'll take copy of your receipts, that'll allow you to log things in. It keeps all your finances at your fingertips. So this is just a reminder to bring that back up, that using something computer-based would help really reduce the stress in your life, with ensuring that when you're tracking your finances, you're staying on course to reach the goals that you desire. Now I'm gonna stop at this point. Does anyone have any questions or statements? Because everyone's so quiet.
I know it is quiet.
Yeah, I think because I've mixed the business and the personal finances for so long. It's just maybe, I don't know, should I start with a list of what's business related? And
Well, yeah.
so whatever I buy for my business, however I pay for it,
that's
well,
business related. That's for your business. Because right now for us, when we, like for me now, I have business income because I have income coming from my business. So I can ensure that, well, not ensure, but I have the money to pay business things for income that I've made with my business, right? However, also before I got to the point of actually making income that I can track to say this is definite business income, I supported my business with my personal income. In actuality, whatever monies I used from my personal money to support my business were capital investments into my business. So it wasn't income to my business. From my personal money, was supporting my business, but I still had business expenses. So I'm going to use my system, our system. In one platform, there's a line to track your personal money. There's a line to track your business money and expenses. Okay. So now that I do have my business money coming in, and I still have business expenses, all of that's tracked in that area. And then separately in my personal stuff, I track all my house expenses, all of that. But as a way to kind of keep the cash flow going into my business, I commit, it's just $25. I commit $25 every time I get paid to put into my business. And I've been doing that since 2016. So to have a sense of just knowing on the business side, we talked about taxes. Now, if you don't pay taxes or claim taxes, I mean, that's a personal decision. But for me, I've learned that having a business, keeping things separate, I get those deductions right off. I get those deductions because I'm running my business. And then On the personal side, because I have a home office I have a business office in my home, I also get to write off some of my personal expenses, the utilities and different things, as a business expense. And when I showed that, here I'm gonna go back, that one calculator previous. When you, again, if somebody doesn't have a business, oh shoot, I didn't mean to go back that far. Then let me do it this way. When someone does not have a business and they don't have a business and they are just a W-2 worker with no business expenses, they're just taxed on their income and they pay taxes. But if you have a business and that income, you not only get the regular deductions, you also can have a business deduction of, a couple $1,000s. But the only way you can know to have that is you got to be able to track, you need to know how your how your spending is going. But when you have a home business, there's some home expenses that as a non-business owner, I can't deduct any portion of my utilities from my taxes. But if I have a home business now, I can deduct a portion of my home utilities from my business. But the only way to know that and to be able to do that is you need to have been able to track it. And that's where having a computerized system that'll make it easy for you. It takes, something that takes pictures of receipts, so you don't have to hold on to receipts, things like that. But to be an effective business person, you really need to be at a position of managing, knowing how you're spending your money, and to be able to take advantage of those things that allow you to reduce your taxable liability. So it's just, start somewhere. Even if it's to start writing it down. Yes, Miss Juanita?
Find myself here. Okay, so to what extent must we be prepared to validate our dedicated space? To what extent, at what point? Is like a certain dollar amount of business or?
No. If I would say to look at, I'll look. Okay, when someone starts a business, startup, the government actually gives somewhat leeway to people to run in the red for maybe a year or two, but the space requirements that they identify is that it has to be a dedicated space that is just for your business. I have an extra bedroom, so that's my business space. It's 200 square feet. That's my business space. Some people, like, they have an apartment or whatever, and they dedicate a little space out of their in their kitchen, well, not the kitchen, but like a living room area, and it's 5x6 space or whatever, and that space, the claim is that it just needs to be dedicated as an office space. So, and that's to say, let's say you have a family room and you want to claim your family room, but at the same time, you don't have a desk set up in there. You don't have an office space. Because I went and bought a desk. I have 2 screens. This is my space. So if anybody came, and I think Queen, you said somebody had audited you one time. If they come, you can legitimately say, this is my space. But then the percentage, the way when you account for your business use of a home space that you've dedicated to a home office out of your home, it's a percentage. Let's say again, my house is 1,000 square feet. My office of that one room is 200 square feet. So the percentage that I'm able to write off for my utilities and things is the percentage that my office space takes from the whole house. So I can't claim, 100% of utilities for my office. So I can claim 20% of whatever those utility bills were for the year as a business expense because my office room took up that amount of space.
But in terms of when it's likely that they're going to show up like they did for Queen Aduni, is it likely that we got to worry about that in our first or second or third year or fifth year? Or
you know what? I think it's like the lottery, right, Queen? They come when they come. If you do something questionable on your taxes, because I do my own taxes, right? But if I'm taking my taxes to someone to do, as long as I have the documentation to support, and I mean, this system also helps because I have a girlfriend in Virginia and she was audited and she was running crazy trying to get receipt for this and copy for that and all of these things she claimed. But had she had this system at the time where she was documenting all that, it's all in the report, copies of the receipts, everything, whatever they question, here's the receipts for it, or here's the report for it, not receipts. But when you're trying to live off of receipts and doing things like that, when they show up, because you don't know when they're going to show up. But when you're doing things in line, when you're doing things in order, and you're doing things that, 3 months from now, you want to look back and you can go to your computerized system and punch September 1st, what were the expenses on that day, and it'll show you, as opposed to you having this written ledger where now you got to walk through and then where are the receipts? The receipts might be faded by then. The receipts might be, So to start coming into now to make your life less stressful is the whole point of why I'm sharing. Because financial health is not only knowing and seeing what I'm doing now, but knowing that I'm doing it in order that'll make my life easier going forward and reduce the stress.
amen.
So
yeah, they don't just show up. They don't show up at your door and stuff.
But but as far as you get a letter, you get a letter from them, you don't know when you're going to get a letter telling you, hey, we're going to audit you.
Right. Yep.
So
about the claiming the space, this is not my house. This is my daughter's house. So this room that I use to do my artwork can't be claimed, nor the garage that I store things and do artwork out there. I can't claim that. But when
are you paying her to use the space? Are you paying her to use it?
No.
Could
not
you pay her
money?
Could you pay her to use it?
Do you pay any part of you share in any part of paying the bill?
Yeah.
For the house?
No, not on a regular basis. No.
See, the thing with business people, I've learned, and I've been when I was a bookkeeper, it was just straight, hand me your things and I'll put in a computer and give you a report, right? But even then, it was too often I get receipts I couldn't read or anything like that, right? But now, since I've been doing this financial literacy, a lot of people balk at the idea of paying for stuff. Part of being in business, you can't balk at paying for stuff. Because actually paying for stuff reduces the taxable amount that you ultimately are taxed on. You, how do they say with these companies, they're paying little taxes? Because they got all these expenses that they're identifying, so that the income they keep, they get to keep more of it. But it goes by what it, I don't, this just came to mind, I don't know if this is saying pay more to keep more. You know, you don't have to pay all the income that you bring in. You're not in the beginning, yes, and the government gives leeway for a couple of years of running in the red. But when you're showing that you're actively pursuing making money in a active business, that's your mainstay. And for me, with my system, I'm teaching people, because I learned when I first started doing my home-based business, the government expects that you can document and show that you're spending 50 hours a month on your business. How do you document that? You have a calendar that say, I'm having an appointment with this, or if you're an art person, I spent, this day, just even on a calendar or in your phone or something that you can go back as a record. I spent time on my business, this, to where if somebody did come and audit you, to say, are you sure this isn't a hobby? No, I spend time. I call people, document that. Keep calendars. If it's a little, I keep both the little what do you call, the little calendar I could fit in I carry around in my purse, a hand calendar.
Yeah, planner.
A plan.
Yeah, a little planner. Yeah.
And on my cell phone, I keep track of all that. But in the system, I've taught people, I've even for myself, for these presentations I'm doing to you all, this is my business. This is part of my business. Because I'm sharing about, doing well for your health. So in my business records, I created a time called business time. And I'll put in, if I talk to somebody for an hour about, I've got several businesses. I've got this financial literacy business. I'm a real estate agent. I've got other business interests that every time I'm dealing with one of these business areas, I'm tracking that down. When you're driving to places, if you're driving to pick up supplies and it take you an hour, that's an hour of time that you spent on your business. Yeah, you were driving, but it was all business related, because you went someplace to buy supplies for your business. You have to drive there and you drive home. Track the mileage. Have a system that tracks your mileage. All of these things ultimately support reducing your taxable liability.
Star and Deitra have their hands up. Star.
Jacqueline, I've heard you talking about the square footage. So using the square footage that you use in your home, is that how you, do you use that to calculate how much, for instance, electricity you use, or
Okay,
does the square footage matter?
the square footage matter because when you, and this is whether you do it yourself using a computer software, everybody uses software nowadays, just to let you know. Even when you take it to a tax accountant, they're using tax accounting software. Okay, so I've been using H&R Block software. In there, what it does, it'll ask me, what's the square footage of your home? I'll put, my home is 1,500 square feet. Then it'll ask me, what's the square footage of your home office? I'll put in 200 square feet. Then the next questions they'll ask, what utilities, what are your utility costs for the year? So I put in my electricity, my gas, my they even sewer water. But all of this, they asked, all of this is there. You don't have, but the whole thing is when I'm putting those figures in from my system, because it's already calculated everything, all I have to do is go to the income expense statement and see, for the year I've spent $12,000 on electricity or 6,000, I just plug in because those totals are already there for me. I don't have to go back and try to pull up my light bill to see, and it's already done. So I plug those things in, and the system will calculate that percentage. I don't know exactly what the percentage is. 200 square feet of 1,500 is about 14%. So the system itself would take those calculations I put in, and then it'll come out and say, this is what you can write, this will be your home base office deduction. It's all calculated. You don't have to calculate anything. You just plug in. But remember I shared, there's two ways that can be calculated. There's a simplified calculation, and then there's an actual calculation. A lot of tax people, when somebody come in, which I had a girlfriend told me this, she had her business, she went to her tax person, and he asked her, okay, what are your figures? She didn't have anything. She didn't have any receipts. She didn't have anything written down, whatever. So he said, I'm gonna give you the simplified version. And you know what the simplified version is? Does anyone remember what I shared with you, what the simplified version is?
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Oh, quiz. The simplified version is they take your square footage of your home office, 200 square feet, they multiply it times $5 a square foot.
Mm.
And that's what they give you as a simplified version, but it said it can't be more than $1,500. That's the simplified version. The actual version takes your true calculations, your true expenses, and then it takes whatever percentage of your home office to your home. If that's 20%, it automatically does all this calculating. It does, you just need to plug in the numbers. Your tax person just needs to plug in the numbers, but they can't plug in something that they don't have. That's when they'll go to the simplified version. Yeah, we'll give you $5 a foot for whatever your home office size is. I ain't doing that.
Okay, yeah, let's see. I actually had a thumbs up. It wasn't a hand raised, but I will share at this point. You are talking real talk, seriously, Jacqueline. Thank you so much. Because in our business, we do the more complicated version, because we deal directly with our accountant, and we have a home business in 2 homes, and we use 1 floor of our home in both places as business and the other floor as home.
Mm-hmm.
So it's divided up. All the utilities are divided up. Every purchase we make, it goes 100% to the business, or not, but we dedicate a percentage of every purchase we make. It goes either to home or to the business. We deal with the footage of the home and everything in 2 places.
Mm-hmm.
And it works. It really does work. So,
but to have a easy to use system to doing that is important.
yes.
Because if you don't, it is going to be confusing. It is going to be complicated. But when you have something that you can just log in,
yes,
stuff as they occur. It's if someone asks where to start, just start today, and have a system that's going to log. If you really desire to get a handle on separating your personal and business, you just got to start today to tracking.
right.
And going forward, because this year is almost over. Like I had shared, when I got this system that I just love, when I got this system, it was March, and I committed to going back to January 1st and logging everything. And But the only thing that I didn't have access to log were my cash purchases, because for a long time, the beginning of every month, I'll just $100 cash out just to have it, you know, and I'll pay for things with cash sometimes. But I start doing that too. For another reason is I have a kitty jar, well, for my grandkids. So all my change at the end of the day, dollars, whatever, I throw it in there. So at the end of the year, that's like money that I give to my
Oh,
grandkids.
that's nice. That's nice.
So um but to have something that allow you to just track all of your all of the money, where it's going, to commit to doing that for a month to 2 months, so that you can get a baseline of how you're spending. Maybe this month into Christmas might not be a good time because of Christmas spending and stuff and holidays, but still to do something that's going to get you started toward making a change in your financial management.
And it really is a daily process. You know, every day when I have to get gas or something, you know, if I'm doing business, I need to track everything I spend,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. So Deitra, if you and your husband are using the system, that's great. I mean, because
Yeah, you know what? Believe it or not, I will say that my husband is able to use Access. That's a good thing. He can program in Access. So a lot of our things we put in that. And it's similar to what you shared. But it's a system that he created himself.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna put a nice little plug in with this system. It is set up, and I think I've shared with you all before that for you to use it for yourself is the first priority when I'm talking about this. But as a second tier, having this system could be a business for somebody. It could be just a baseline low key business to where, you don't have to be like me where I'm actually using it as my business, but it could be a baseline low key way that you're learning how to manage your own money. And then you encounter somebody too that might need that similar support, and they start using the system, and that puts you in a position to be like a distributor to receive commissions going forward. And the more people you share with, the more little commissions that you get. But then your business could be your dolls, your business could be your whatever art or anything. And when you encounter other people similar to you that, you know, hey, how are you managing your finance? Because I've got this awesome system that I'm using, you know, and they see and you show them the benefit of how it's helped you get your finances together, then that becomes a community of helping each other for one. But then it's also a baseline business that could go, be a source of um what do they say, multiple streams of income,
Mm-hmm.
you know um teaching this to your family, teaching these skills to your family, your kids. It could really be a good, it would be a good thing because we'll all become more financially ready and um in control of of how our money's flowing.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
So okay, so let me get to going back. So going into the business debt part, again, the business, the same things for your personal business debt is the same basically for your business debt. And here it was, I just sharing that um, there's the debt consolidations, and this just identify, some of the pros and cons to debt consolidation using that approach. Um, but I go back to the business debt even the system that I use has this elimination calculator that you can plug all of your debt in there, and it'll give you a schedule on an effective way to pay it off quicker than later, or a way to pay it off where you're not just paying minimum payments forever and ever. So when you learn to know how to, I would say to learn to know how to keep accurate and thorough records is the basis for growing better control over your finances. Because if you don't see it, I'm a visual person anyway, but to see how you're spending your money, to see where your money's going, to see how much you're spending on these things, it opens up something in you to say, I want to make a change of that. Or do I need to be spending that much for that? Or, different things. And then this is a reminder that this was Raziya's site, Miss Raziya's site, because she's using the system. And by supporting with this through her system, it also supports, she's using this for her healing support network. So that supports the network. And then finally, with commit to understanding, to learning to do better for your personal and your business well-being, to gain the information that you need to make better informed decisions about the choices you make going forward and how you're spending your money, how you're managing your money, and gaining the information again to say this is for your personal, what's number 2, number 3 for your business. And then again, to start establishing for yourself a simple way to track your finances, so that ultimately with a business, you utilize that business to reduce your taxable liability, because you are effectively tracking your expenses. That will reduce your taxable liability. And that's it, ladies. Any questions? Any more questions or statements or sharing?
Thank you, Jacqueline.
I got a question. And thank you so much for all you sharing to help us level up and be on point and stuff. So Schedule C. How far can a Schedule C carry us in our tax reporting until we need to go to actually doing a tax return specifically for our business?
I'm not a tax person.
Okay.
I just have tax experience. But anytime you itemize, and that's what happens when you go to get to the point of saying you have a business for one, and then you're itemizing deductions and stuff, that's going to kick forward to have a Schedule C. So anytime you do that, anytime you make that claim, and especially using tax software, is gonna create that form. So
what I'm trying to find out is how far can we go with just doing our personal income tax return that produces the Schedule C before we have to go to the point of doing a tax return for the business specifically?
Okay, I don't think anytime, okay, your business, like for myself, I have an LLC, right? But when I claim my taxes, I don't file a separate tax return for my business. For whatever monies I made or whatever expenses I've experienced because of my business, I just claim it under my personal. And I've identified that I have a business in my personal. So that's all together. So I don't think there's a how far. I don't believe that there's a point of how far you go before something. So when you have a business, unless you, again, you're going to file a separate tax return for that business because you have a building location, you have a business name, you have employees, that's when you file a tax return for that business. But when it's just you and you're doing things from your home and you're claiming expenses from your business, that's just one return. And
Okay, that makes sense.
and the
No,
Schedule C is created when you start writing off deductions because of the business.
Yeah,
thank
that's
you.
how ours work. That's how we do it.
Is that, is that,
Yeah, because what kind of clinched it for me is when you said if it's just you, and you just paying out expenses, even if you doing like paying independent contractors, you're not paying employees, but when you get to the point of paying employees, you know, that's a lot different. I'm guessing.
well, no, not necessarily, because even if like if I were a contractor, like a bit like a um, construction contractor, and I subcontract to people that they were my employees, but I was paying them because they did work for me as a subcontractor, I would still issue them a 1099 because that's a expense to me because I'm paying them. But whenever you pay someone more than $600, you're supposed to issue them a 1099. So that would still be in under your personal tax return, but that's a business expense. So you're just identifying, I paid these other people from my from my business, who's me, and that's going to show up on that Schedule C. And then you would make up the 1099s to document that on your end, this is what expenses I paid that were 1099 people. And then you hand these people these 1099 forms to show that you're letting the government know that, hey, I paid you $10,000 for work under me.
That's helpful. Thank you so much, Jackie.
You're welcome.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, let's say you're a business owner and you want to hire employees. Is it up to me as the employer to decide whether I'm going to take their taxes out or they will?
It depends on how you establish them as an employee, because there are rules there, and that's where I would say defer to IRS.gov, because there are rules on what identifies someone as an employee as opposed to an independent contractor for you. And that typically goes with, and I'll say I can only speak to my experience. Like right now, I'm a real estate agent. If I were required to be in the office and they told me, they set my hours, they provided the phone for me, they did all this stuff for me, I'm not an independent contractor working for this agency. I'm an employee working for that agency, because they're providing all of this stuff and they're requiring, they're controlling my time, when I'm gonna go, when I'm leave. But then now, but I'm an independent contractor because I don't go to an office. My office is in my home. They don't provide anything to me. Yes, if I make a commission, it goes through them and they pay me my part, but I get a 1099 at the end of the year. But my work hours is mine, my schedule is mine. So that's the general that I know. But specifically for you, your question to say when that point, because when you identify that I'm going to have employees, I'm going to do all these things, then yes, you're responsible for paying the taxes. And other requirements, taxes, Social Security, state, all of those things become a consideration for you.
Okay.
Good question. Good question.
I think there also may be something that says the number of hours of work that a person does for you over the year or something like that, over a specified amount of time. If they do so many hours of work for you over a specified amount of time, I think that is one of the criteria too. But I think that criteria is pretty easy to find.
Yeah, IRS.gov.
Mm-hmm.
IRS.gov will tell you what your requirements are as an employer having employees. That's where I think you've heard something, I forget which company, but like I think I heard this about Walmart. I don't know if it's true or not, but that they deliberately was keeping people under like 30 at the cusp, 36 hours a week, so they wouldn't have to pay them full time.
I've heard that too. I've heard that too. Yeah.
So there's rules out there, and people be skirting those rules. And then when they don't pay them full time, they don't have to pay their health care. They don't have to do all these other things.
Yeah.
That's why I start boycotting Walmart,
Okay. Okay.
because it's like that. Yeah. So
Yeah, great questions. Great questions. And Jacqueline, it was a good presentation. Thank you so much.
thank you. I felt like I was struggling in the beginning because,
Oh,
and then I think when I get off this, I'm gonna go to sleep.
We're good. Good for you.
Do we get to hear the update from the birthday dinner?
It was nice. We went to Cliff Bell's.
Oh, nice.
And the music was good. Good company.
Who performed?
All I know, the back of that man looked like my son-in-law. But one of the things with Cliff Bell's, I didn't realize, it seemed like, which I liked it. I liked the food.
Great food.
Great food.
Mm-hmm.
That people were able, like, they sat us in the kind of like the middle of the floor. And I was like, can we get one of the tables? And they said, those are reserved. I was like,
right.
Really? And then I saw people were like right at the stage, because now they've actually set it up where that stage part was. Now they got a curtain that closes that off until the singers come out.
Oh, okay. That's something new.
That was, yeah. So, and then they have people sitting right there at the, so if I go there again, I'll see, can I request like a front stage table?
Right. Especially for somebody you like,
Yeah. So it was a good outing. I hate to say though, I had a long, because that night before, I kept my 3-year-old grandson. Oh my God, this boy took an hour to go to sleep.
Melatonin.
It's like, I need some water, Mima. So it's like, okay, I did not look, but I go get this glass of water, come back. He's standing there with a glass of water. Oh. I don't want that one. I want this one. And I want fresh water.
Oh my goodness.
Melatonin.
Oh, what? Give him
melatonin. Yeah. They have, see, Rite Aid, Sheena gets it from Rite Aid. It's a Bumblebee brand.
For kids?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell, I'm gonna have to tell my daughter, but she's a doctor too, so, but she didn't tell me anything about.
But I heard cherry juice has got melatonin in it. So tart cherry juice.
Okay.
is
You
supposed to
now,
be.
come on, tart cherry juice for a 3-year-old.
Yeah, he'll go.
Yeah, no, and he ain't going.
You ain't gonna-
But
He may
felt
like it. You never
he was-
know. We gotta have our bitters,
well. I'll mention that to her too.
right, Deitra?
She
That's
told me,
right. That's right. That's right.
but she's told me, yeah, he goes through that. So finally, he was like, Mima, lay down with me. Am I out for that? He's got this new race car bed that's like basically on the floor.
Oh
It's like
Lord,
that's too low for
no,
me. That's too low for me,
no.
Mom.
With a weight limit. Hello.
Well, I didn't mention that. Well, yeah, it would have been a supreme weight limit. But then I finally said, Mima has to go to bed. And then he said, don't leave me. I'm scared. I was like, I'm going to be next door. I'm going to be in the next room. So I went ahead, went into the room. And then I heard him. He kept calling me. And I had to say, Sebastian, go to sleep. You're fine. I think I said that about 4 times over like a 15-minute window.
They try to pull on you. They try to pull on you.
My daughter found the magic of the rain sounds, the rain
They-
sound videos.
Well, no, they have a sound machine, which I did turn on the sound machine. And then one of his other things was he was saying the egg. And I'm thinking the egg. And then I forgot they have this egg thing that nightlight. And so we turned it on and it was one color. Then he starts saying after about 5 minutes, rainbow.
Oh,
Rainbow. So I was like, I don't know, what's the rainbow? He came over and hit it. And then I hit it and then it started changing colors.
Oh my goodness.
So everything, this little man, he's something. So that kind of kept me up because I was at their house. And then I don't know when I went to sleep, but then I woke up at like 3 o'clock that morning. So it just set my day that at my date, I'm sitting there like, excuse me, it's not you, I'm fine. I'm just sleeping.
Yeah. Oh goodness.
Well, with my grandson, I said, I used to take care of him when he was a baby. They lived with me for a minute and then she got her house, but I always darkened the room and I would lay there with him for a minute because he was in my room, but I would lay there with him and he would go to sleep. Do you read him stories?
Yep.
Yeah,
we read.
stories.
We did. He had a rocking chair and he's like rock, like we're rocking. And then he's like, rock higher.
Oh,
so we started there, and then that was like 5 minutes, and then I was like, Bash, you need to get in bed. So that became, and then that's where the 5 minutes later the egg, and then the 5 minutes after that the water, and like,
wow.
Oh goodness.
It was, so I feel like I'm still trying to recuperate from the weekend.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're gonna let you get some rest.
And
here.
to let you ladies know too, I'm leaving Thursday to Jamaica.
Oh, what part?
Montego Bay.
Okay, because I went to Negril and it was nice there too.
So we're leaving Thursday. It's like a belated birthday present for me, but it came up that my girlfriend, her Earth Day is the 12th. So she had put this out about 2 months ago. She's turning 60.
Oh.
So I'm supporting her with that. But like I said, this will be my first time going.
Okay.
So, but we'll be going Thursday to the flight gets in at 11:45 Monday night, but I'm committed. I'm going to be here 8 o'clock Tuesday morning.
All right. Okay. We're going to hear all about your trip. Yay.
Yes. Don't we have a Jamaica trip coming up in February or something, you guys, with oh, I can't call her name. Fana.
That you've already are planning, that's already paid for and everything?
Queen Adoni.
She said no.
No. Number one, we have not heard from Fana.
Oh.
And she's not responding to any of us, including Nawili. So Nawili asked other people that she knows to just make sure she's okay. And so I don't know. We don't know what all of that's about, but No, I had said yesterday that we're gonna come together and make that decision. It's already December, almost December. It is not time to create something for February.
Right.
And not only that, but what I was sharing earlier, I've planned two things, and people, it fell apart by the time it came. So we're going to make these decisions together, and we're going to give time to put it together, and people put money down to hold the spaces, and do it like that. We will not be under stress. I will not be under stress doing anything, and including people, and it doesn't pan out. So I don't even care. It doesn't have to be well, and one of the other things that has to be discussed and decided is this going to be a conference, or is this just us going and hanging out? That makes a difference. Or is this where we want to hang out and not like hang out for partying and stuff, but do we want to go somewhere where we get massaged and we get pampered and those type of thing, and then we want to include some workshop? And are we trying to make money doing this, which means we have to have a certain amount of people there, or are we just hanging out and maybe doing some few things where we're yakking about those things? So those things have to be decided. Or do we want to, as far as honoring the birth of Elizabeth, we do something here where everybody's at, and then planning something later where we travel. Going out of the town, going out of the country means that everybody has to have their passports, and in some cases your shots and all of that. So all of that has to be, we need to consider all of that.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you for putting us on point with that. So we got an anniversary that's coming up that we should be planning on, right? The first Elizabeth show is in April, the 1 year.
As far as Grand Rising,
yeah,
yeah, I guess so. That would be actually May. We took the last week in April for our pilot, and then we actually started it the first week in May.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're coming up on the hour here. But I want to just state that this is election day. And what I've heard, and you guys can share, is that the Republicans are gonna really have a good showing this election day. Or even people have been putting in their votes early. But that I've heard that the Democrats are gonna try to come and more or less, quote unquote, sabotage whatever comes through with the Republicans. I'm just throwing that out there. When you go out there, vote your choice, of course, but just know, keep an eye on what's going on. Be conscious of what's happening. That's it.
Yeah. And yeah, unfortunately, there's so much controversy, so many lies out there.
Right.
And it is not as easy for many to make that decision as it relates to Republic or Democrat.
Right.
I don't trust none of them.
Right. I'm with you.
So yeah, there that is.
Right, exactly.
I'll be praying over our leadership, Lord.
Amen. Amen.
I pray over our spiritual leaders as well. And yeah. And even with the whole thing that's happening with the the GCR, the global currency reset and all that kind of stuff. You just, you know, you get one thing and you get another one and you get another.
Yes,
By
yes.
that evening, it's changed.
Something else.
Yeah,
That's right.
and it is just, you just have to pray and pray and vote. Pray and vote, and then find out what you need to do for your own household. That whichever way it goes, you still have to make that decision.
There you go.
Yeah, and learn as much
That's
as
right.
you can. Yeah. Okay, anyone
All
else?
right.
What's your update on cancer event?
I just posted in the chat about the dinner tonight at Leo's in Dearborn between 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. 15% of all sales will be put in the form of a check to Labs Cancer Pass. So if you're, and that's takeout, delivery, or dine in.
It's nice.
So yeah, if you're in any way in the vicinity where any of that can happen, and you're hungry and you plan on spending money to eat, please keep that in mind. Everyone who's going to be a vendor, I need your I need to know if you're doing the free vendor space with the donating a giveaway item of valued at $25 or more. Anybody who's spending any money on this for anything, whether it's for the lunch, and I know I didn't finish that sentence, I'm sorry, whether it's for the lunch or for advertising, I need those payments in like ASAP. I gotta pay off things this week, and I can't guarantee lunches that are not paid for. Also, I need anybody who wants to be in the program booklet with your brief bio or your healing power statement. If you're a vendor or a presenter, I need that information ASAP because I gotta finish putting the program book together. But keep in mind that the event is free. Oh, a new twist. We have jam sessions for those of you all who are singers or musicians, 3:30 p.m. and 4:45 p.m. Did I say that right? Yeah, 3:30 p.m. and 4:45 p.m. Will be the jam sessions. I will not be surprised at who comes through who is phenomenal, because we have a phenomenal band hosting the jam session, which is Philharmonic and Queen Aduni, and they are so connected, and we have a fabulous artist community here in Detroit who just loves us. I think Sky is coming through, and she might even do a song or two for us. Y'all might get to find out if I live up to Queen Aduni's perception of me being an awesome singer. Thank you for always saying that. I might have an awesome day that day and share a song or two. So I think I covered everything. If you want my phone number to get in touch with me about any details, just let me know. And I think that covers everything, doesn't it, Queen Aduni?
I've heard Juanita. She is an awesome singer.
Oh, thank you. On my good days.
Well, when I heard you, you was definitely having a good day, because it sounded.
Oh, thank
That's
you,
nice.
thank you.
So I'm tempted to say, give us a few things, give us a few bars.
Y'all don't want that. Then y'all say, we ain't gonna hear my name sing. No, but is Lily B still with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still here.
Louis B, I would love to have those waist beads there if it fits your schedule. I know you got mom, grandma, is it grandma?
Grandma.
Yeah.
She might be tending to her right now. You know, she might be tending to her right now. So
What day is your function again? What day is it?
Thursday, November 17th. And
Okay.
yeah, Jackie, if you want to be a vendor, if you have a product that you can offer that's valued at $25 or more, you can do the free vendor space. If you want to have lunch, the lunch will be $30 instead of $50 for vendors. And if you want to have lunch and you don't have a product that you want to contribute for a giveaway, then the vendor fee is $50, and that includes your lunch, and it includes an ad online and in the program booklet. So all vendors are advertised, whichever way you choose to come into the vendor spot. But I need to know this, like,
Today.
you know, yeah, Thursday, if I have everything in hand by Thursday, we're good. By Thursday morning. Yep, and I'm sure there'll still be some like little straggle stuff we do, but to get everything pinned down, I need to have everything in hand by Thursday morning, please. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Even if you don't participate as a vendor, or if you don't have lunch, the conference is free. The entertainment is free. We're gonna get a sound bath, y'all. We're gonna get a sound bath by Mama Edwana and Baba Ray. So come get some healing power from that sound bath. And I believe I'm going to be giving away a healing singing bowl, at least one. So yeah, come on through. Still got a little bit of a funding challenge. So if anybody's so inclined to put in for an ad or something, it will really help me to remove a little bit of uncertainty about what we're really going to be able to do. That's why I'm saying we might have the singing bowl to give away, that kind of thing. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you all for your support and input. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Juanita, can you stay on the Zoom after everyone leaves?
I sure can.
Okay. Well, it is.
Yes, Jacqueline.
No, peace.
Oh, peace.
Yeah,
Love you
let's
all.
give ourselves a big hug. And give the world a big hug and sprinkle love all over the world. I appreciate all of you. I love you, and have a wonderful day.
You
Get
too.
good rest, Jacqueline. Be in your
you.
prayers and your see a wonderful, beautiful smile. Just think of me with a beautiful smile, and with comfort.
Yes.
Go through this process with comfort.
What time do you go?
8 o'clock in the morning.
8 a.m. All right.
Give Star peace, grace tomorrow.
Yes, of course, always.
I'm
You're
always
gonna get a good
always
report.
fumbling anyway myself. So, but we get it done. We get it done though. Okay.
Good night.
Good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Okay, so I want to show you the flyer. Let me get it up here. Okay, and the other is that you have not verbally spoken with Philip.
Oh.
You have not. You have to do that. That's
okay.
He happened to be up, and he says, "I haven't talked to her." You're telling him what's going to happen, but you haven't asked him and about the musicians and stuff like that, because he has to hear from you to guarantee it to them.
Okay, thank you. You say he is up now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's about to get into bed, but yeah, he's woke. He's very much awake. Yeah.
Okay.
And the other thing, I just wanted to show you the flyer. Excuse me. Is it down here? No. Okay, not that.
I want to know I got an awesome black eyed pea banana smoothie going on this morning.
Black eyed peas
Black eyed pea banana smoothie
with bananas.
and peaches and avocado and coconut water.
Oh, that's not what I want. This is what I want. Right here, right here.
That's for anybody who thinks we can't get protein as our fruits and vegetables.
All right, so this, yeah. So this is oh, that means that, oh, hold on, let me stop sharing. Because that means I'm still recording.
Oh.
Let me stop the recording. Stop.